My master, Elisha, is such an epic personality. I have heard the stories of his own master, Elijah. I have always wanted to be like the great prophet Elisha. So powerful. He could make famine cease. He could raise the dead. He could make iron float. So many amazing things my master could do. I followed his footsteps closely. I observed that my master prays a lot. He could stay in one position with his eyes closed. You would think that he was sleeping, but that isn't true. My master is always praying. I would also try to do the same. Sometimes I would sleep off. I would try to fast, but I may end up eating far more than normal before I would remember, today is the day that I'm supposed to fast. I even try to pray for some sick people. Sometimes they would be healed, other times they would not. But what was consistent was my love for the work of God that he was performing through the prophet Elijah. Even with all the good the prophet did, there were some people who hated him. There was a particular king in Syria who didn't like him because the Lord always reveals that king's evil plan to Elisha before the king can even conceive it in his mind. I and Elisha went to Dothan for some particularly interesting work of God. Some spies went and informed that king that we were at Dothan. He therefore sent a mighty army in the night to capture Elisha. The next morning, when we woke, the whole city was bombarded and surrounded by a host. I was afraid if they have come to capture Elisha, the master. Won't they kill me, only a servant? Plus, why so many ammunitions against just one man? I knew this is the end. But just like always, I looked up to Elisha and said, how? Just how can we escape this? Elisha said to me, young boy, fear not. We have a larger host on our own side. Then Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. Just a short word of prayer, but when I did look, behold, a mighty army with horses and chariots of fire surrounding Prophet Elisha. I have fasted for 3 days, 5 different occasions, so that God will give me grace to see visions. I have read the scriptures, all the scriptures 14 times over. I have done several night vigils, yet I have received nothing but just one word from my Father and Master, and my eyes were opened forever. I want to advise the young ones, honor thy Father, honor thy Master. Their one word of prayer may be greater than your 3 days of fasting. Ever since that time, I began to see clearly. My relationship with God blossomed more and more till I was able to even start my own ministry. My master eventually died. We went for his burials. I went back home sadly to continue my work. This man who loved God is dead. Who wouldn't die? This was a scary thing. With all his power, the one who could raise others from the dead is now dead. For a minute, I must say, it felt like death was the greatest, the ultimate end. Few months later, again, a man in our community died. He was being carried to his grave by other young men when there was a noise of war approaching. Those who carried him threw his body into the grave of Elisha in pandemonium. But I tell you, once his body touched the bones of my master, he stood up and also started to run away from maybe the war or even the dead body of my master. I don't know. When they all got back to the community, everybody was shocked to see this man that was dead now alive. And I give praise to God, because even though my master is physically dead, the Spirit of God has not left him. That is why Elisha was able to work miracles in death. So I wasn't afraid of death anymore, because I know that I wouldn't be alone in the dark grave. Even in death, God will still abide with me like he abode with my master's bones and dust. Now I am old and approaching the grave. I have no fear, but my prayer for you is, Lord, I pray thee, open the eyes of these ones that they may see.